indigenous people, and what I mean by indigenous, we're original to this part of the Western Hemisphere, and you probably know because it's going on all the time with whatever's going on with Tortugas and some of the other people. But our people were our original people in this area were the Mansos. They've been here for thousands of years, and around the time of the 1680 Pueblo Revolt was when the Piros and the Tiwas came down. So to explain to you a little bit about the culture, and I don't mean to take up too much time, but I want you to get a sense of what's going on here. The Manso people are what's known as Mogollon culture, and the Tiwas and the Piros are oh no, I forgot already. Somebody help me, you know? Anyway, it'll come back to me. But the two cultures are different. So, but anyway, around that time, when they were brought down by the invader from the 1680 Pueblo Revolt from the north, they came down this area, and there was a lot of intermarriage that went on between the three tribes. But there were also other people in this area. The Humanos were here, the Hakumas, some of the Apaches were here for a short time. And in fact, I think Grandma here was dating Victoriano, Kendall? Victoriano was one of Geronimo's war captains. So I know that some of that information, and it could be very useful to some of the children. And I know that almost all of us in here are tribal people from this area. But because of what's been going on in this area, we've been so much has gone on that we've forgotten and have been taken away from the old ways through the governments. They came in at that time and took our children, my grandparents, some of your grandparents, away to Indian schools in different parts of the country, and then through the religions that invaded our spirituality. And I mean no offense to anybody as I speak, but I just want you to understand who I am. I am a red person from this earth. So anyway, and I'm glad to see all of you here. And it's very nice because in a sense, if you're here because of her, you're probably kind of related to me in a sense. And so that what I'm trying to say is most of you are probably tribal people. And what I'm going to do here today is something that's been passed on and down from my grandparents' long, long time ago. Everything has changed, but we still continue to do these things. And to Mila, I'm always thankful because through the years, when all the different things were going on in the city, in Tortugas and the other place, we were kind of on the outskirts all the time, but we maintained our tribal ways. So through her, her family, because of her endurance and to hang on to all these and knowing who she is in a sense, some of the tribal people, her relatives, my relatives, are now walking this red road. That's what we call it, as we walk the spiritual red road. So her nephew, Raymond Madrid, Raimundo, because when we buried his grandmother, the Indianness kicked up in him and he wanted to know more. So he started finding out about who he was and who this lady represented to him. So he's now a sun dancer. And a sun dancer is not from this area, but it's something very spiritual. A sun dancer is where the men pierce from their chest to the cottonwood tree, the olive wood tree. It's a sacrifice that we do for our people. It's never for yourself, it's always for the people. And in that process, his sisters and myself, we go in support of him for this, what he does for all of you who are here, but you don't know that, but he does it anyway. It's always for the people. It's always for all your relatives. And what I mean when we say all our relations, all our relatives, is because I was brought up and I was taught that we are related to all things. We are related to the creepers and the crawlers, the things that crawl about the earth. We are related to the winged ones, the things that fly, whether it's a fly or a bird. We are related to the four-leggeds, whether it be your little pet, your dog, your cat, or any animal, the bison, or the elephant, it doesn't matter. You're related to the thing ones, the things that live in the water, and to the plant life, and to the air and the clouds. These are your relatives. These are the blessings, how they come in all the different forms. I'm only speaking this way because I don't get an opportunity to talk to people that are tribal so that you understand where we're at. Because of her and her endurance to be here. And I'm thankful because she has supported me for so many years. And I know that she has invited many of you at times to come to be with her at ceremonies, and we still do our ceremonies. But we do at the time that is, we do at the time of the universe. When the universe changes, when we do our ceremonies, we don't perform, we only do our ceremonies. We only do them in the winter solstice, the summer solstice, and the 2 equinoxes. So winter solstice, summer solstice is coming up now in June. So that's when we celebrate the changes. And also, you know that it's in 4, because in also in those ways is the spiritual path of the generosity, respect, and wisdom that come along with those 4 ways. So anyway, I didn't want to talk too long, but I want to explain to you who this lady is. And I'm going to bless her with some smoke here and some cornmeal. The cornmeal is from the blue corn. It is the blue corn that my grandparents, they were from the blue corn clan that I still use. And we usually do it in 2 ways. The smoke is usually for the male part of the ceremony, and where the males participate if they wish. And we always talk about balance, the balance of life in our spiritual Red Road way. So the balance is done by the women, which is used of the blue corn. And we only do these at certain times, but I'm also very thankful for the family asking me to do this for you, Amelia. And I'm also, because of her nephew, he sent me some eagle feathers. And I thought it was only appropriate that I give one to Amelia here, my sister. So, and also, my wife, Kathy, Amelia, wanted you to have this book. And I'm going to smoke it down and bless it for you. So there's a lot of reading in there. It's the Shaman's Circle. A lot of knowledge and things in there that she already has inside of her, but she can read about it and know that somebody else thinks the same way a woman thinks. Because the balance of life has to do with both sides. A lot of times you have to understand that when you have there's a gentleman in here that had a little heart problem. The body is nothing more than the outlet of the mind. When your elbow, bad knee, or whatever happens to go, it's called imbalance. That's what we Indian people talk about, walking in balance. So, you know, we have to let these things go and so that we feel better. And the whole purpose of life is to walk in a good way, walk the red road in happiness. So anyway, I'm just going to set this down and thank you for listening. Javi.
Ándale, a trabajar.